Hi guys, I'm Shmi. Hello to you and welcome back to the channel where you join me today to take a very first look and check out the brand new BMW M850i xDrive Convertible. The open-top version of the 8 Series has arrived. So let's take a look at the car, see how the roof mechanism works, and just enjoy the elegance of this fantastic machine. This is it then, the convertible version of the BMW 8 Series. The line was introduced with the coupe that was presented at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 2018, and now around 6 months later, the second body style has arrived, the awaited convertible version. As per the coupe, it's initially available with 2 different engine configurations. The petrol model we have here is the M850i with the 4.4 litre turbocharged V8, and it's also available with the 840D, a diesel engine. Now, of course, the design itself, it's elegant, it's smart, but the biggest changes have had to come around the rear to house the foldable fabric soft top that is currently stored away within the rear compartment. And I'll demonstrate it in action in a moment, but just to take in the spec of this specific car, it's presented in gravit grey. You can see the metallic pearlescent of the colours really coming through with the lights that we have here in the studio, and then the interior is ivory white, looking very, very smart as well. Now, in terms of the lines, the coupe is one of the best looking cars to me because it's wide, it's low, and many of that's been carried through into the convertible. But of course, this rear section has had to completely change to house the mechanism, to house the roof itself. And you have this new, more like the 3-box style with the roof coming towards the back and then the flat rear. But the cabin, the driver and the passengers, the occupants of the car, is now surrounded by the silver bezel. You can see all the way around the exterior, but you have some nice details. For example, the stitching here around the roll hoops, which actually continues through on the inside of the car and down the upper edge of the door cards as well. And we'll jump in and hear the sound of it when I start it up in a moment. It's the xDrive version, so still with the permanent 4-wheel drive system, but with a rear bias in the M850i. We can get towards more of the details in a second, but given I have the key in my hand, let's have a demonstration of the roof mechanism in action. So let's just lock the car and then press and hold, and you'll be able to see this happening and the roof coming over and closing. And you can do this while you're driving up to 31 miles per hour, 50 kilometers per hour. You can see the way it opens up. The soft top will fold over, latch down towards the front, and then the rear compartment can close. The back window tucks back down before the 4 windows will all close in one simple motion. All very nice to be able to do this while still holding the button on the key, and you then have the closed look. So the roof of the car is barely any taller than the coupe at all. Of course, back to here, very similar lines. Then it dives more directly down towards the rear deck, but still even closed up, looking very smart, which is, I think, the important thing, is most of the time that is how it will be kept. You can also open it back from the key, which we'll do in a second. Before we do, let me open up the boot just so you can see the available luggage space. There is a divider back here, which when the roof is closed on the car, you can fold that up so you have the maximum space available possible, 350 litres, and you also have the split folding rear seats. So you can pull the buttons just here, the levers just here, one on each side, to fold those down and then have even more room available to you inside the car. So let's just do this as a demonstration. Pull these and come around and show you inside the car. Just unlock it, second pull to open it up. So if I fold the seat forward, the way this works is the backrests of the rear seats will fold down independently. And then you have all of the space available for your luggage. And this is all done obviously with the roof up. You could do this while the roof was down also. So if we just come round and show you how that looks. Lots and lots of space, slightly narrower partition to enter through to the rear section than in the coupe, but still lots of luggage space available. And you also have the cargo net on the right-hand side too. That all works pretty effectively. Now, to close the roof back up, we'd have to come through, pull that back down into place. Quite easy to do. Close the boot as well. And I'll just give you a demo of this. So just make sure the car is locked, unlock it, and open this up with a press and hold. And now it will reverse the motions. The windows will drop. You can see the boot opening itself up, or the upper section of the rear. And we will revert it back to convertible status, where you can see more of the access at the back and the storage that you have available. So a few changes made from coupe form to convertible. an addition of around 100 kilos or so to add in the additional strengthening. The weight distribution changes from 50-50 to 48-52, but very much still a dynamic car. That was always the thing with the 8 Series. And my first experience when I drove a prototype of it, a camouflage test car, was that it did offer you, for the size and style of the car, very much a sporty experience. That closes back up like that on each side if you want to have the seats available. So I'll just come around, close this for a second, and then we can jump into the car to experience it. Just click that into place and show you more of the interior. So I notice we have a different wheel option on this car versus the coupes, but let's just climb in here and show you some more of what we have. Although saying that, just first, let's have a quick peek at this, because after all, everybody loves to see an engine. This is the M850i. So that means we've got the 4.4 litre twin-power turbo V8, 530 horsepower in here, 750 newton meters. We'll still do just a smidge under 4 seconds to get you to 62 miles an hour, 100 kilometers per hour, and be electronically limited to a top speed of 250 kilometers an hour and 155 miles per hour. You can't see too much beneath the plate, but everybody loves a V8 in a convertible, which is no doubt going to sound incredible when we start it up in a moment. So let me come around, take a seat in here, and show you a bit of the 8 Series in general. It was introduced with the new live cockpit display, so you have the digital screens available to you. And remember, this is a test car, so a few things still being worked on and finalised, but we've got the start button here, so let's just enjoy the sound this is going to make as we fire it up. Oh yes, that sounds good. So here we are inside the car. What can I show you? You've got the 8-speed automatic controlled with this crystal style gear lever that you have at the top. We've got the live cockpit display, where to the left side you can see your speedometer, to the right the rev counter. The cold start sequence is just finished. You've got your different driving modes, so you can put the car through Sport up into Sport Plus, which will change the sound you get out of it. Yes, just a quick little blip as to the noise that this car makes. But yeah, sounds very, very impressive. No doubt going to be awesome to drive, roof down, and experience, say, on the Riviera or the like. I'll just switch that back off for a moment, given we are indoors after all, but you continue to have the latest generation of iDrive, so it's all the touch system. You've got tablets, tiles you can display, change, move around, very responsive, and also with your gesture control. So to do volume and things, you just kind of wave your hand around and do things. So to decline a phone call, you would do it like that. To go to the next track, you do this, and you can configure that as well. So lots and lots available to us there. Also got a different trim in here to the, I guess, slightly sportier finish that you'd have in the coupe, but very much the same in terms of the interior. The rearview mirror does look very nice, almost borderless, pillarless design. And of course, we have this very low cut roof line. You can see the angle at the A-pillar, the way it meets. Very, very slanted, aggressive styling. So to jump back out of the car quickly, you can open the boot from the button here as well, should you require to, just to come and have a quick look around. So like the coupe, really, it maintains a lot of the features, the functionality, the design. So we've got the laser lights optioned on this car, which have a range up to 600 meters or so. The technology with the selective beam can block out objects or cars coming towards you to effectively give you the best possible view without dazzling people. You've got lots of openings for the cooling of the V8 up front, the splitter down at the bottom to keep the car as planted as possible, the likes of the air curtain just inside the side of the bumper to direct air and smoothen it around the sides of the car, the air breather as well that reduces swelling from the wheel well by releasing it and allowing it to come down the side. And again, you keep those same character lines that the coupe has down the side of the car, so coming from the upper section of the air breather along towards the top of the wheel arch, and then the lower line as well that sweeps up alongside the bottom of the door. You also have some of those other sharper lines that we've seen, like the contours on the bonnet, that give it the sporty presence and appearance as you're walking around. And around the back continues in the same style with the aggressive design, the wide shapes, the trapezoid style exhausts, but a slightly less aggressive diffuser I notice as well, painted as opposed to the fins to presumably work with the aero that changes with the upper half being completely different. But another feature that's been introduced is the air collar. So for the front driver and passenger, you have the ability to have air blowing out of here, which is an option in some markets but comes standard on cars available in the UK. So this is pretty much it. A first look at the new M850i convertible. Also notice at the front the kidney grills have the chrome surround and the chrome bars as opposed to the black finish that was found before, but you have the camera system, so the 360 cameras with the front, the rear, and also the ones available on the door to give you the bird's eye style view when you're parking and that kind of thing. But it looks exciting. I'd love to get the opportunity to drive one at some point, but I hope you've enjoyed this first look, very, very first look at the brand new car that has been presented here. So thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, if you'd like to know more about the experience, do also check out my video in the M850i Coupe, a lot of which is shared into the convertible too. But thank you very much for watching. That's it for now, and I will see you again very, very soon. Cheers.